Welcome back to Man Down Sports. As you can see from the thumbnail, Michael Irvin has entered the GOAT debate on all the Smoke podcasts. Michael Irvin. First of all, Michael Irvin is making his rounds to all the podcasts. I mean, of course, he's been on all the Smoke. Of course, he doing football season. I think he's a regular co-host on It Is What It Is with Cameron and Mace. I think I'm not sure if he's gonna get invited back to First Take. They got Cam Newton over there now with Stephen A. Smith, but he's been making his rounds. He went on Club Shay Shay as well. So in the last week, Club Shay Shay, It Is What It Is, and All the Smoke, and all his sound bites, all his interviews are hilarious. Like Michael Irvin is hilarious. So my title is just me, just poking fun. I don't think he on that hard white again. I don't think so. You know what I mean? But I mean, he talking like he on that hard white though. And he talking like he might be back on it, and we'll see. But as you come on in, before I get started, I want to make sure y'all go ahead and hit the like button. Do that favor for me. We need all the help we can get. I think every YouTube channel need all the help it can get because there's something going on with, I guess, something new that YouTube is doing, and they're integrating some type of new algorithm, and I think AI is involved, and so so a lot of people's views are down. So y'all, as audience members, man, y'all got to make sure y'all help us out and at least hit the like button at the very least. Hitting the share button is even better if y'all can share it. But hitting the share button, hitting the like button, leaving comments, and staying engaged, that's gonna help us out. You know what I mean? So, but we need all the help we can get. But Howard Hollis said the check is clear. We got Autism Cottage Boy in here. He's one of our moderators. I think I seen who else I seen in here. It's not that serious. He in here. I need some more moderators in here. Let me know where the moderators at. And let me know when y'all enter the chat. But other than that, man, I think we can get started. We got a full show tonight. We're gonna open the phone lines up. We're gonna take phone calls and all that. Simply Hot Takes. There you go, brother. I appreciate it, man. Got a couple more. Jeff, what's up, bro? Got a couple of moderators in here. Yeah. Hit that like button, y'all. Yeah. So we're gonna get started, man. Michael Irvin on All the Smoke. I mean, he was asking a series of questions, man. Very good interview, but toward the end, he got to talking about the greatest of all time, and he discussed that for football. I think we covered that on our football show on Sunday. But they asked him about the GOAT debate, specifically with those three guys that we always hear those names of: Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, right? And I don't understand why people just go right past Kareem and go right past Magic. But nonetheless, here we go. Michael Irvin.
Rank these three: MJ, Kobe, LeBron.
This is a hell of a debate. Now, y'all get into this all the time, and people get into this all the time. And I think Jordan is a phenomenal player, and certainly all that he has gotten, he deserves. But when you look at LeBron and what LeBron has done, even Kobe, and Kobe's a great player, phenomenal. But you look at LeBron and what he has done. LeBron has changed things in a big way. All Michael Jordan accomplished and all he's done and all he did, he couldn't get his own owner to extend them another year. Like, dude, come on, man. This is what are you doing here? What is that? LeBron came in a different way and has done a different thing. And now LeBron has some control.
He changed the business of basketball by far.
Right. It's not just dribbling. His business acumen.
Oh, incredible.
You gotta
one of a kind.
You got to give him some chops. I remember they were arguing that he wouldn't, when him and Kobe was in the All-Star game, right? And Kobe wanted to go one-on-one with him and one-on-one. We want the alpha male to show up and take over. Alpha male, show me you got the alpha male. But that wasn't his game plan. He's like, I don't have to show up and take over. I really want to take over. So instead of beating down the top players like alpha male, he was like, no, I'm trying to partner with these guys so we can do bigger and better things. We can have more control. LeBron got way more control than Michael Jordan ever had over this whole thing.
Oh, absolutely.
So we started talking about GOAT. Boy, I mean, on the court, you can say Michael Jordan was the GOAT. Of the court, you going to say LeBron James is the GOAT. It's on the court and of the court. And LeBron of the court, because what he has done in basketball, he's the GOAT. But playing, I'll give it to Michael, no doubt.
They're both billionaires.
Yeah.
And so I think that's interesting, y'all. Everything he said, at the beginning and in the middle of that was kind of fluff because he went off the beaten path of discussing basketball. He wasn't discussing basketball really. He was discussing things, as far as positioning yourself in the business of basketball and I guess player empowerment can be linked to LeBron and clutch sports as far as how players was deciding their own fate and things of that nature. So I guess you can kind of link that to LeBron and player movement. But we also have seen the league kind of put things in place like with this new CBA with the second apron and all that stuff, and where teams are getting punished for those type of moves. Now we're seeing the NBA kind of like counter the player empower movement. So, and the reason why they have to counter it because it at first when it happened, it was very exciting, but it started to kill the competition. And once the competition got killed, it was a domino effect or a slippery slope to what we have currently that we're trying to fix in the league, where guys only want to compete in the All-Star game no more. Guys continue to want to team up. No one wants to compete against each other. These guys are going out there losing the gold medal and stuff like that. They're getting bronze and all this crazy stuff at the Olympics. It just turned into a whole lot of things, man. And they're just enjoying their money. It was a whole different mind frame. And to be real with it, it's two ways to look at that. On one end, as a brother, I want people to get their money. I want them to get I want them to milk the owners, those billionaire owners, for every dollar they can get. Right. So I applied them for one end as far as, taking care of yourself. Because what I don't like to see is the game that they created, and as far as basketball, and this is a kid's game that grown men are playing. I don't want to see them dangle the carrot in front of all the players' face and have them chase that carrot and then they die broke, right? Because that carrot is, you want to chase greatness, you want to be the greats, turn down all this money, so you can go and go down in the record books and we can champion you and we can retire your number and we can do all these things and put it up in the Raptors. But at the end of the day, you retire that number and this player goes broke. His kids and his wife, if he's gone, his grandkids, they're not going to be able to go and eat off a retired jersey. They can't continue to make money off a retired jersey. Right. So it's one part of me that is clapping when they go and get all the money they can get. Like Carmelo did. Carmelo retired with no ring, but he made a buttload of money. I'm not mad at that. Right. So the player empowerment part, that's what I applaud. But when you do the player empowerment so you can get more notoriety and more accolades in a cheap way, when the guys before you did it the hard way, that's what I got an issue with, right? Where what Magic, well, not even Magic, Bird, Mike, Isaiah, what these guys went through to get 2+ rings was really tough. And we put rings on a pedestal this high because not just because you was able to achieve it, but how you achieved it, how you got those rings. Like if the pedestal is this high for rings, the journey to that is important because you're coming into the league as a top rated player. You're going to a team that's not that good. You show the league that you're a force to be reckoned with and you can play, and you show your organization that you're a good investment for them to invest in and bring in more players and pay top coaches and do all these things and continue to surround players around you. And then one day you're able to lead them and mesh that as a unit. And then y'all go out and y'all take down whoever the bully is, and then you go on and you win 3, 6, 5, 4 rings, or whatever the case may be. You win multiple rings. That's a grind. Versus someone saying, I'm going to try to do it that way because that's how everybody did it before me. And then a quarter of the way, you realize this is hard as hell. I don't think I'm better to do it the way they did it. But I got another way. I'm going to do it the sleazy way, the easy way, the shortcut. Let me go get 2 or 3 guys I'm supposed to be competing against and join up with them. And then we all get rings. And then guess what? We all get to be talked about like Kobe and like Mike, but by taking a shortcut. You get what I'm saying? Like that's like we praise Lance Armstrong for all the Tour de France's and whatever those bike tournaments are. We praise him for being able to do that, or we praise some marathon runner from running a marathon. And then some guy after him comes and say, I'm gonna do it on skates and want the same praise. It's not the same. Once you take that shortcut, it's not the same, right? So my whole thought process on it, once Michael Irvin got toward the end and he said that goofy stuff where he said that as far as business, just ignore all the business that Mike and Kobe were about. Just ignore all of that, because they were great businessmen. That's why Stephen A. Smith at the end said they're both billionaires. Like, I'm trying to remind you, Michael Irvin, I know that's your pick, but they're both billionaires. I mean, at least pretend like you know what Michael Jordan has done off the court. But his example was he couldn't even get his own owner to extend him after he won a championship, and that is true. That is very true, right? But he wasn't trying to pull it. It wasn't that he wasn't going to stand Michael Jordan. If you remember, it wasn't that he wasn't going to stand Michael Jordan. They continued to try to find Michael Jordan a replacement for Scottie Pippen. Tony Kukoc, the reason why they didn't like Tony Kukoc is first, the reason why they went so hard at him at the Olympics when they played against them is because the rumor was that Tony Kukoc was Scottie Pippen's replacement. Jerry Krause felt at some point he was going to have to pay Scottie Pippen, and he would rather replace Scottie than pay him. I don't think he had that much respect for Scottie, right? Because he kept trying to replace him with younger people and that people that he thought could be the next Scottie. And in his mind, he was saving Dornsworth money. Hey, man, and he didn't want to pay Phil. They didn't have a problem paying Mike. I mean, they gave him a 2-year, $35 million. I think he made $35 million 1 year, $35 million the next year in his last 2 years. And that was big money back then. Right? So they didn't have a problem with paying Mike. It was the fact that I'm not about to pay Phil what he think he's worth because he won 2 3-peats and Scottie Pippen won 2 3-peats. They think they can get Michael Jordan money. And Jerry Krause was like, hell nah, I'd rather replace both of y'all as long as I got Mike. And Mike was saying, nah, I'm not coming back if Scottie and Mike is Scottie and Phil is not coming. And while you at it, I want Rodman back too. Rodman was on one leg. He was 37 years old. He didn't have a lot left in the tank. We seen that after the Bulls won that last finals. What did Rodman do that was significant after the Bulls won those finals? That let you know how wore out that he was. 37, 38 years old, maybe. Bad leg. He had some knee surgeries, and he was running around with that big knee brace on one leg. You know what I mean? Scottie Pippen. First of all, he had to go through that big surgery. I don't know if it was on his foot, but he had a huge surgery as well, missed half that season, and then his body broke down in the playoffs, especially in the finals with the back spasms and stuff like that. He said he could barely move, right? So he had some issues as well. So he always was trying to replace Scottie. Kukoc was supposed to be a replacement, and Tracy McGrady. He had a deal. He had a trade for T-Mac head up for Scottie, and Michael Jordan found out about it and said, no, that's not happening. Right. So that's what it was, Michael Irvin. It wasn't that they didn't want to extend Michael Jordan. It was that Michael Jordan didn't want to play without the guys that he came to the dance with. He didn't want to leave the dance with a different girl, so to speak. Like, you come to the prom with a girl, you take all your prom pictures with her, That's the girl you need to leave with. You bought her tickets, you gave her a crochet, whatever that is. You know, she rode in the limo over there. Like, you come to the prom with a girl, you're supposed to leave with that girl. And that's what Mike was trying to do. Nah, don't look, I'm at the end of my career. Don't try to give me replacements for the dudes I went through the grind with, because they're not going to understand it. That Michael Jordan had a different mentality. Like, the grind that we went through together, you can't give me somebody new. They're not going to understand it. I'm loyal to these dudes. Like, we fight for each other. I don't want to train no rookie on my watch. Right. So, and he stood on business and retired because they wouldn't sign Pip and Phil. He stood on business. That's respectable. So it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing as what Michael's saying, is that he couldn't get his owner to extend him. No, he couldn't get his owner to extend Pippen and Phil. That's what it was. I mean, and if we think about that, LeBron don't care who it is. If you get me more younger talent, I'll take that. I don't care who it is. I trade D Wade. I trade D Rose. I trade Isaiah. I trade Kyrie. I trade Kevin Love. I take players from Carmelo. I trade Anthony Davis. I trade everybody except Bronny. Everybody is expendable. So it's a different thought process. It's not that Krause didn't want to extend Mike. It was he didn't want to extend the others. And it's opposite for LeBron. LeBron is like, hey, I'm the only one you need to keep. Everybody else, you can just move around. You can move it don't matter who it is. I will move them. It's all about me. I will move them. Just let me know. Oh, you don't think you're going to be able to re-sign Kyrie? Well, trade him for Paul George. We just heard about that was supposed to go down with Paul. We'll trade him for Paul. And Kyrie heard about it and was like, man, nah, trade me this year. Send me to Boston. I already know y'all plans. I'm not staying. I'm out. Right? Different thought process, Mike. Then toward the end, what I really wanted to say is he really, once he was talking about, and this is the reason why it's always funny when I hear someone vouch for LeBron as the greatest of all time, because every time they give their reasoning for it, it's never basketball, and it'd be the goofiest stuff you ever did hear. This man said Michael Jordan is the GOAT of basketball, or GOAT on the court. He said Michael Jordan is the GOAT on the court because all the basketball things, Jordan is the greatest. When it comes to basketball, he's the greatest. But when it comes to everything else, it's LeBron. What? I thought we was talking about basketball. So he said LeBron is the GOAT of the court. Mike is the GOAT on the court. He said when it comes to basketball, it's Mike all day long. So he brought the LeBron fans all the way up here just to let them down, man. Just to let them down, because, dude, you thought you had one, but here it is. He go do a podcast fresh off that hard white. Don't know what he talking about. Talking about LeBron is the GOAT of the court, not on the court. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. That sounds like when I was in the military, when they had this slogan for Martin Luther King Day, right? Because because it's a holiday, you get the day off, right? And they came up with this slogan back then that they thought was so clever, right? Because everybody get Martin Luther King Day and be like, oh man, we got a day off, man. All right, we'll see y'all day after tomorrow. Like, we ain't got to come tomorrow. It's MLK Day. And I guess that was like, man, look, man, we just take the day off and that's it. But we don't never, we don't never do extra work to figure out what this day is all about. So that slogan was, and they thought it was clever, but it sounded dumb as hell. They said MLK Day is not a day off, it's a day on. What? So I guess they was like, nah, you're not supposed to be off on this day. You're supposed to be on, because we gotta learn about MLK. If you don't sit your monkey ass down, it's not a day off, it's a day on. What does that even mean? The same animal but different beast? What are you talking about? Michael Irvin, what are you talking about? He's not the king, he's not the GOAT on the court, but he's the GOAT of the court. The hell? What does that even mean, Michael Irvin? I don't know. I mean, the desperation is crazy, y'all. But guess what we get to do? We get to hear from y'all on this topic. We get to open the phone lines up. We get to scroll it across the screen. We get to hear what y'all think about it. Y'all can call in. I'm curious to think, man, what y'all think about the GOAT, not on the court, but of the court. Y'all tell me what it means to y'all. I want to know. While I sip my tears. Sweet tears. Sweet, sweet tears. Let me get into some of these comments, though. J. Rob said, MJ has 4 free clinics in North Carolina. This is true. LeBron James has 1 school. That is also true. Texas Movement Media, that's why you should keep your full-time job. Why is Irvin desperate? I don't know. Call in and ask. Plain and simple. Of the court, Michael Irvin has to be talking about court cases and his trials and who helped him with that money when it mattered most. It's no coincidence that people want the Jordans he played in. Who the hell is Mill Sr.? I thought it was Mel. It's Mel and Mill, actually. It's either or, you know what I mean? I'm ambidextrous with it when it comes to names. I'm like Jalen Rose said, I'm amphibious. I'm amphibious with the names. You know, and you can call me Mill or Mel. If you call me Mill, then that means you grew up with me. Not too many people know about that name. And not too many people know where it came from and what it means. But yeah. Better off court than MJ. How is that? I you know what, J Rap, that's a great question. I don't understand how he's better off the court either. I mean, he explained it by saying, well, his explanation was a misnomer. Because he said that his example is Michael Jordan couldn't give his own owner to extend him, which was false. Right? He couldn't get his owner to extend Scottie Pippen. Right? And his owner saw the writing he's seeing the writing on the wall that this was the end. Like I can't keep this franchise afloat if we pay a 34-year-old or 33-year-old Scottie Pippen the money that he's asking for at this age, and expect to keep winning, and then also play Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan. Like, I don't think he felt like that he could do that. He felt that it was more cost efficient if he retools around Mike, which is dumb because you want to go down with the ship, man. You want to go down with the ship. If you got players that won rings for you and all that stuff. If you look at what Golden State is doing, they're going down with the ship. They wanted to keep Clay, but they couldn't afford him. But they still got Steve, they still got Curry, they still got Draymond. Everybody else they just getting rid of and is expended. They refuse to rebuild. They're doing the opposite. Caller from Vancouver, Washington. What's up, bro?
What's up, Mel? It's your partner from Washington.
Yeah, I know. What's popping?
Hey, what's up? Hey, man, I can't call you Meal because that's what they be calling me. That's my nickname.
Oh, for real?
I can't be calling you that. Yeah. So you know I'm notorious for joining the show late. So I just wanted to call in real fast. My bad. I wanted to say, hey, I finally found somebody I was hooping with. He was in the Army. He could hoop. I just wanted to let you know I finally got one.
Yeah, look, we all over, dog. We all over, man. You gotta stop sleeping on us.
I never say I just haven't experienced one yet. Now he could hoop. I forgot where he said he played at. He played at he was actually from the East Coast, but he played at a D2 college. But now he had a nice game. He was probably around like his 30s, like I would say like mid 30s, like 34, 35. But he had a nice game. He was it was a little like 3-level score, like quick, easy, like 1-2, like pull up, post up. Now he was solid.
That's what's up, then. That's what's up. So what's your thought about the GOAT of the court? What does that mean?
The GOAT of the court?
Yeah, that's what Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin just said that when it comes to basketball on the court, Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. But when it comes to the GOAT of the court, and he started describing what LeBron James has done as far as like business and the doors he opened for players in the NBA with player empowerment. He said that makes LeBron the GOAT of the court.
That I don't know. That doesn't even make sense to me.
It don't do it.
We're trying to. It sounds like you're trying to just break up the two and then put in like a participation trophy in there. We're talking about basketball. We're talking about who's the best player when we're playing. We're not talking about these antics. We're not talking about who sells the most shoes, even though it is Jordan. We're not talking about who has the better brand off the court. We're talking about strictly eye test, who's the greatest of all time while we're playing. And that to me is Michael Jordan.
Yeah, hands down.
What we've seen just offensively, defensively, winning rings, stopping players from winning, just his overall just bag, his mindset, his killer will, clutch gene. There's like really nothing Michael doesn't have. When you want to name all the players of all time, if you put it in a bag, Michael Jordan has everything. He's the closest thing you can get as a perfect basketball player. When you put in everything, the intangibles, the athleticism, the mindset, the killer will. So there's nothing really. He's the closest you can get.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%, man. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, but he also said LeBron James. What do you feel about player empowerment? Like, do you think that is like one of the things that makes LeBron James like part of the GOAT conversation? Like, should he be championing it?
I honestly don't. Personally, from a fan's perspective, I think it somewhat ruined the game. You want to say LeBron joining. We want to see players as a fan. You always want to see everybody compete against the best. That's what you want. Like when I was always watching basketball, I wanted to see the games when it's Cavs playing against the Lakers, LeBron versus Kobe versus the Heat with Dwayne Wade. Of course, you have like guys when they got older. They were probably like they're still in their prime, but I'll say it was a super team with the Celtics with KG, Paul Pierce, and Rondo. I'll say there was a super team, but they weren't being compared to Michael Jordan. They're not being compared into the GOAT debate, and they're all at the end trying to get a ring. But you also want to see all the players compete, and that's why I don't agree with the player empowerment. It makes all the guys just want to join each other and not really compete as much.
Agreed. We're gonna get into that on the last topic too, man. But I appreciate the call, man. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, take care, man.
All right, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, let's get one or two more calls, y'all. One or two more. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Mike was talking about, man. Michael Irvin. This is what I think. I think that LeBron gets, like some people really want to take up for LeBron because they feel like he's such a good guy and such a good player, and there's so much oppositions against him to say he's not the GOAT that some people feel like, I don't like to see a man getting kicked while he's down. So they feel compelled to say something good about LeBron, and they struggle to find something to say that'll make him the GOAT. So they just go to all types of other things. Like it's always some out of the box thought process that's outside of basketball. Caller from Alabama, was that Alabama? I seen caller from Alabama. What's up?
Yeah, what's going on, Mel? I'm actually a big fan of what you guys do on Man Down. I live in Texas, so this is actually pretty cool. I guess just go ahead and jump into it, man. Michael Irvin got to put the book of sugar down, man. He's doing too much. He's been on something else, man, and it's starting to annoy me because every time I hear him speak now, it's like, bro, just to stop. And the fact that you come on and you're gonna cape for LeBron the way that you do, it's getting out of hand. It's just getting too out of hand. Like, we know that he clearly isn't the king on the court, of the court, with the court, without the court, inside the court, outside. It don't matter. But like we got to do something else, man, to get these guys from caping for LeBron. And I really think that once he actually retires, a lot of these people that are out there championing him are going to eventually come out and be like, yeah, he ain't the GOAT.
Yeah. So why wait till he retired to do it? Why are they doing it now?
And them checks look too good when they come in the mail.
You think he paying that many people? There's no way. There's no way he can be paying that many people, dog.
I don't think he's paying that many people, but I think he got a lot of tongue in cheek with some of these guy agreements.
It's I don't know, dog. I mean, I do think he got some media members that are regulars on some of these sports shows like Nick Wright and Chris Broussard and stuff like that. Shannon Sharp at some point, but I don't think everybody that is saying that is on his payroll. I just think some people are saying it because they're just cool with LeBron and that, you know, they just don't like to hear LeBron get talked about in the way that they feel is negative. You know, they get to hear him really care about what's being said about him. They get to hear him behind closed doors, and that pulls at people's heartstring. You get what I'm saying? So like a lot of these dudes are emotionally supporting LeBron. It's emotional support. You get what I'm saying? So but they know, you know, they know this. He's not the greatest they've ever seen play. They know that. You know, so I mean he wasn't even the greatest in the era after Michael Jordan. I mean, it was Kobe Bryant by a landslide. You know, so and they all know that, you know, so that's my thought, man. What else you gotta say before you go?
Man, yeah, bro. I mean, the fact that even LeBron went on the Hall of Fame speech and started literally beating his chest was just another incident of him trying to prove that he's something that he really isn't. And so it's like, dude, for you to be the person that has to come out and say all this stuff about how great you are, and nobody else who was your contemporary can come out and say the same thing. Like, everybody championed Jordan without Jordan really having to say anything. Bird said it, Magic said it. Everyone can just tell this dude was different. And then after Jordan, you had Kobe. And so it's like, no one's saying this about you, Brian. Like, those that are saying it were your teammates, and they're saying it to make sure like guys like Austin Reeves can get a paycheck at the end of the month.
Sheesh.
So I think it's just bad. I would love to actually be a part of the panel one day, man. I've actually done this on YouTube with my buddy AE1 Hoop Zones, and I love to come in and be able to just kind of give some different perspectives.
Okay. Let me see if I can remember my IG, and because it's different from if you can find Man Down Sports on Instagram, send me a message. Or
I got you, bro.
Yeah. Find me on Instagram and send me a message. Or just email me officialmandown@gmail.com.
Officialmandown@gmail.com. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yep.
I'll send you an email right now.
All right, bro.
But yeah, man. Huge time the show, bro. Keep doing your thing.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yep. Peace.
All right, yep. All right, we taking one more. That was one call that came in from an unknown number. I hope that ain't somebody that's calling the troll and they trying to hide their number. But you can call back. I give you a shot to see who it is. That was an unknown number that was calling. I think it was another number that called. So, but that unknown number didn't get here fast enough. It's a caller from Florida. Caller from Florida, what's up? You got a lot of background noise. Make sure you got YouTube turned off in the background and whatever else you got going on.
You good now?
Yeah. What's up?
What's good, man?
What's your thoughts?
Man, I keep telling you guys, man, stop falling for those media clowns, bro. They just be talking, bro. All these guys making money right now. You talking about Braun about off the court? I think you're talking about because he become a billionaire while he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, all right, cool, respect that. But he's making money off his sneakers because of MJ. Nike's still in business because of MJ. The Nike logo is an NBA jersey because of MJ. MJ logo in soccer, golf, football, tennis, whatever sports, MJ logos everywhere, man. The man has been playing basketball for over 20 years. Every year he's making at least $500 million. What are you guys talking about? You guys try to make any type of excuse just to put LeBron's name in some type of bullshit for any type of reason. Business or no business basketball, he has no ways to MJ. Like, stop lying to us, bro. We're not stupid. We're not dumb. Like, these guys making money off sneakers because MJ, everything that's going on in NBA right now, till this day, I'm making those type of bet because of MJ, bro. Like, stop it.
No, that's
Like, come on, man.
no, that's true. I mean, MJ is the foundation for a lot of this, man. I remember watching a Wilt Chamberlain interview, and this was this was maybe early 90s, and he was talking about how like the players that was currently playing at that time should all give Michael Jordan 10 to 15% of their contract paycheck, because what he's done for them to be able to make more money was unreal. Like so, and people are still getting it's still paying dividends to this day. People, what people are doing now, that pathway was paved for Michael Jordan. And then Michael Jordan, he owed the path that was paid for him from Magic and Bird, and then Dr. J from there. I mean, it's a continuous thing, so LeBron should also be paying homage to the guys behind him as well, and so should his fans. They should be acknowledging what you just said, that Michael Jordan is the foundation that he's standing on, right? That should be acknowledged. But on the contrary, I think that the guys that are playing now, like Steph, LeBron, KD, those guys, I think what they did to the game affected the game. This might be the first generation of superstars who affected the game in a negative way that needs to be undone, which is what Adam Silver and Joe Dumars is trying to do now. They're trying to undo the damage that was done through half of LeBron and Steph Curry's and KD's career, right? So that's my thoughts on that, man. Thanks for the call.
No problem, man.
All right, yep. All right, man. I'm gonna try one more time. I want to know who that unknown number was, man. I'm gonna give you about 10 seconds to call back. Yeah, but I meant that, man. I think everything as far as the league and the NBA, I think they started very low. Nothing. The quality of nothing that was dealing with the NBA was good. When you compare it to what we can see now, right? Everything was primitive. Everything was in the beginning stages. The basketball was very basic. There wasn't a lot of teams. It wasn't televised. It wasn't live. It wasn't super entertaining. It wasn't super lucrative. It didn't make a lot of money. So everything was here, and things started gradually getting better. The players started getting better. The game itself started getting better. The rules started getting better. The entertainment factor started getting better. The fact that it was making money, that got better. So many things. Everything gradually got better, and then you get Magic and Bird, and then you get Michael Jordan, and then he took it to heights that we've never seen even after or before. So the basketball as a whole, as far as making the money, entertainment factor, the play of the entire league, the competition, it being televised, the nostalgia, everything was at an all-time high with Michael Jordan in his era. And it sustained for a little while when it got to Shaq and Garnett and Kobe and all of these guys. They sustained Iverson. They sustained it for a little while. And it sustained for a little while at the beginning stages of Carmelo, LeBron, and Wade and all these guys. And then something happened. A change was made, and it really slowly started to degrade the game itself. And the things that is evident that we lost in the process of that decline, the All-Star game is trash. The dunk contest is trash. The competition is trash. The basketball itself is trash. The physicality is gone. Overseas countries caught up with us. The Olympic dominance is gone. The best player in the league ain't even American no more. Like, everything started to decline, and it needs to be fixed. Right. So that's the state we're in. Caller, what's up, man? Where you calling from? Caller, where you calling from?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's up?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hello?
Can y'all hear the caller?
You're pretty, I'm at to put you on the TV real low. You pretty broken up on my phone.
You gotta take me off speaker, big dog. Just talk to me, dog. I don't understand. what the issue is. Your TV shouldn't be on. You should be listening to me
No,
through the phone.
you all speaker. It was like that since I called, but
Hey, turn your TV off and listen to me through the phone. It's a delay if you're listening to the TV.
yeah, it's not on speaker. It's just I don't know if it's the connection or what it is, but
I can hear your TV in the background. You're trying to listen to me through the TV.
no, it's not delay. It's just real garbly. I mean, it was like that during your whole comments.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to. Okay, let me try to call back and see if I can fix it because, like I said, it happens the moment I called you. I'm gonna try to call back.
Okay. All right. Hey, who Uncle, man? I know. You know what? I'm gonna wait for this phone call because I know this phone call about to be good. His phone call is about to be good, man. Hey, could y'all hear him? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all could hear him. Yeah, they said yes. Mr. Y said we could hear him. Yeah, he couldn't hear me. That's not on my end. Yeah, I admit if it was on my end. Yeah, it was the one they could hear him. Yeah, I'm trying to explain to him what I could hear. He was listening to YouTube through another device. So if maybe no ID, what's up, man?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you a little better now. It was real garbly at first.
Okay, what's your thoughts?
I don't know if it was connection. Couple things, just a couple comments. I want to go back to, a little bit on the something that y'all talked about a while back, if that's okay.
Okay.
With the Warriors.
Okay.
In the Kaminga situation.
Oh, wait. You hold on. I thought you was talking about something that I said earlier in the show. You talking about you want to go off topic and go to a show that was from like 1,000 days ago?
Well, I mean, because I didn't want to bring it up because I was watching the show, but then you mentioned them, so
Lord have mercy. Be very quick, sir. Be very quick.
Okay, maybe it's just my phone, and like I said, I don't know what it is. You're not coming in very clear, so I don't know how clear you can hear me, but it's I don't know what's wrong with the connection, but it was started off good and it just went bad. So is it something on your end? Because I can't.
No, it's not. Everybody can hear you fine. There's nothing on my end. It's probably that app you're using to disguise your phone number. If you just would have called me directly and straight out and stop trying to freaking use a prison collect call because you scared I'm gonna call you back. I don't want your number, big dog. The people call this show all the time. Nobody's disguising the number, and I'm not texting or calling nobody back. I don't even.
This is a landline, so that's the problem. So usually, I guess most people call from cell phones or whatever, but this is a landline, so that's the problem. And it's not that I'm disguised. This is just how the phone operates when anybody calls from this line, it comes up like that. So it's not nothing that I just did directly.
Okay, make your comment. Make your comment. Make your comment about. Hold on. Make your comment about the Warriors and then get off the phone, and I'll respond to it after you hang up. Since you're not going to be able to hear me over the phone, just make your comment about the Warriors, and we can end it.
Okay, but my comment it was when they were talking about the Kaminga situation, and for a person who watches pretty much all the Warrior games, the situation with him is that he's a really athletic player, and I don't think they're intentionally trying to screw him around, but it's certain things when you early in your career, I don't care who you are, not unless you're one of the top players, that come out your draft, that you have to do to be on the court. And the things that they wanted him to do to be on the court, either he's not doing them or he's not good at it. And that's how he would be on the court. And, he can develop his offensive side and, develop more of his game. But if he can't be just a rebounder, a hustle guy, because what it says he's only 22. And then on the offensive end, like I said, because I watch a lot of games, he's an explosive player, but he doesn't read offenses very well. And I think he has potential, but I think his potential is a lot later as far as what he can develop into. Just like, I remember like Gary Payton. Gary Payton, he became a better shooter, but it took him a long time to become a shooter. Asian kid, but then, he became better. And with him, obviously.
Okay, thank you, sir. I think I got the gist of what you're trying to say. I responded that. You can listen to it.
Okay, I can hear you good now. Go ahead. I can hear you good now.
Oh, you can hear me good now. All right. Well, stay right there. Don't move. Stay right there. Whatever that rotary phone is, or wherever you got that antenna at. Well, yeah, wherever you got that antenna at with that aluminum foil on it, hold it right there. Right, hold it right there. All right, don't move. Yeah. Okay. Listen, we have to stop trying to blame the player for not getting on the floor. It's a pattern with Steve Kerr. He didn't want to play Jason Tatum in the Olympics. There's nothing you can say wrong about Jason Tatum or getting on the floor. Steve Kerr didn't want to play Moses Moody. He didn't want to play Wiseman once everybody came back, even though he almost won Rookie of the Year playing with the Warriors and balled out while Steph was injured. The minutes for Wiggins was up and down. Like, so you can't blame the player and say that he's not doing something that the team needs him to do. That's not it. Steve Kerr just has his picks, and Kuminga's not it. And he likes his small forwards to play power forward and center for him. He likes to have a lineup with Draymond Green and Wiggins being the biggest guys on the court. He loves that lineup, right? That's not what I'm here for. No, it's Steve Kerr. It's not Kuminga. It's Steve Kerr.
Well, I agree with some of what you said. I mean, I don't totally disagree with what you said, but I'm just saying in his situation. I'll say this about the Jason Tatum situation. I mean, you got 12 All-Stars, top guys in the league, and the game is only 10 minutes a quarter. And once you sub a guy, once you sub 5, and then you sub another 5, it's time for them other 5. So you got what's the other guy? He didn't hardly play at all neither. From Indiana. So
wait. You think Halliburton and Tatum are on the same caliber? It's understandable why Halliburton didn't play. It's not understandable why Jason Tatum didn't play when he was probably the 5th, at the very worst, the 5th best player on that team.
You know what? I wouldn't say. I don't know if I would call them the same caliber. I think their games are different. I think Tatum's had a better situation with Boston. And I think Boston being the storied franchise it is, I think it gives him a little more oomph.
Hey, bro, you been hanging with Michael Irvin, dog. You been hanging with Michael Irvin? Have you been hanging with Michael Irvin?
No, this is my opinion. I mean, you asked me my opinion. I'm giving my opinion on the two of them. I mean,
what'd you eat today? A kilo?
Who's better?
A kilo? You had a kilo of that white today?
Get Tatum the edge. I would probably get Tatum the edge, but I'm not going to say that.
Sir, you going down a rabbit hole. That was an example of how Steve Kerr likes to treat certain players. That was an example. I didn't bring Tatum up so we can have a whole conversation about him. I really didn't want to have a conversation about the Warriors. So are we done with this rabbit hole?
Well, let me cut you. Like I said, I didn't disagree much on what you said about Steve Kerr, but what I'm saying is with Kuminga, like I said, he's a player. Because I hear on a lot of these podcasts that they saying it's all Steve Kerr and it's this and that.
It is Steve Kerr. It is Steve Kerr. What you're describing, what you're describing, sir. I can't let you finish your point because I got to finish my show. But what you're describing, if that's true and that's the case, what's supposed to happen is the Warriors is supposed to let Kuminga walk in free agency or trade him. Right. So listen. No. What's going on if they really thought that Kuminga just couldn't figure it out and he's not valuable to them, they would have got rid of him like they got rid of Wiseman and Jordan Poole and CP3 after he did 1 year there, and like they probably about to do with Butler. Like they got rid of Wiggins. Like they stop. No. Like they got rid of they got rid of Clay. Like they're pushing people up out of there that they don't think can fit or can help them or is worth the money. The reason why they haven't pushed Kuminga out is because they know he's worth it, and they're trying to get him for cheap, and they're trying to get him to play a style that he is way bigger than. And Kuminga don't want to do it unless you go pay like you weigh, and they don't want to do that. They want him to play below his potential and take a pay cut. And what they're doing is devaluing him by not playing him much. So they can, I guarantee, if they could sign him today, Kuminga will be in the starting lineup.
Enough for Kuminga though to say that.
Now I don't think you watch enough basketball to say that.
For years, and like I said, he's explosive, but he's not really skilled yet. And what I'm saying is, how skilled are the Thompson twins? Who?
The Thompson twins.
You mean from what Thompson twins you talking about?
I bid you a good night, sir. Thank you.
I mean, I don't know.
I bid you a good night, sir. Thank you. He don't even know who the Thompson twins is. So what is he watching? You don't know who the Thompson twins are? All right. So back, are we taking one more phone call? Let's move. I mean, he took us way off topic. So not only is Michael Irvin saying what he's saying about the GOAT debate, I thought it was cool. I thought it was cute. You know, he vouched for LeBron. I try to find ways to highlight players that think, or highlight people that think LeBron is the GOAT. I try to switch it up and give their perspective, but I haven't found one that really makes sense yet. David West's didn't make sense. Everybody who vouched for LeBron, it just sounds silly. So let's move to the Redeem team because they just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, right? So the Redeem team was the 2008 Olympic team that Kobe Bryant had to come and save so they can get gold. I think at the World Tournament they got bronze or something like that, and it was embarrassing. And they had to retool. They had to bring in Coach K. Wade was healthy. They brought in Kobe, and the rest is history. They get gold in a amazing fashion, right? So they're getting that. A Redeem team itself getting inducted to the Hall of Fame. So you got Coach K there, Brian Colangelo, LeBron, Wade, CP3, Jason Kidd. I think Boozer might have been there. I'm pretty sure they all was there, but the guys that was on stage with their jackets on, they was getting questions. I think Amara Rashad was asking them questions and interviewing them, and I liked everything that what everybody said. J Kidd, Coach K, Wade, everybody said something great. But I wanted to point out what LeBron said when he was asked about Kobe joining, because we know that was all about Kobe. That Redeem team was really all about Kobe. That was, Coach K admitted that he was the best player in the world at that time. And the reason why I want to kind of like put an emphasis on LeBron or what he said is because we have so many different timestamps and so many different documentations or where things are documented when they're talking about how great Kobe was and how he was the best in the world at certain points of the time. Because I remember hearing Nick Wright say there was no time in the NBA where Kobe was the best player in the NBA or the best player in the world at no time. And he said from the time he was drafted, it was Shaq or Duncan. And then from the time the time LeBron was drafted at 18, he said that LeBron was the best player in 2003. So from when Kobe joined the league in 96 to 2003, it was Shaq and Duncan. And then from 2003, and you let Nick Wright tell it to probably 2 years ago, it's been LeBron. That was what he said. And after he said that, I started hearing all the LeBron fans say that. And I'm like, dang, that's revisionist history like crazy, because there's so many times when you watch the Lakers game or you watch the TNT halftime show with Kenny, Chuck, and Ernie, they're talking about just that. Or you hear Mark Jackson and Van Gundy call a Lakers game, and you just continuously hear people say he's the best person that play in the world. He's the best player in the world. Then you get to interview players, and they ask who the best player in the world, and people, including LeBron, or they're saying Kobe Bryant. Then you get all the way up to the 08, and Coach K saying Kobe was the best player in the world. You know, so there's a time period from about, I think the Lakers won their first ring in 2000, 2001. You can say it was still Shaq then. But sometime on that second ring, definitely that third ring, the best player in the league was Kobe. So if I want to go from 01 or 02 and at the very least to 08, and then he come back after the Olympics and he win the finals and he beat the super team Boston Celtics, so 09. And then after 09, he comes back and he repeats and beats Dwight Howard, so 2010. So at the very least, and when did he tear his Achilles? Somebody look up when he tore his Achilles, because in my opinion, the day he tore his Achilles was the day he stopped being the best player in the world. And that might have been 2012. I don't know. So you probably could stretch it to 12. But I think there's an argument from 2002 to 2010 or 11 or 12. I go 10 years from 2002 to 2012. Right. So somebody said 2012 is when he tore his Achilles. So yes, from 2002 to 2012, Kobe was the best player in the world. So I give it to him for 10 years. Give it to him for 10 years. But nonetheless, here's LeBron James talking about how I don't like the word he tried to use, because he's trying to be honest in this moment and give Kobe Bryant his just due, but he couldn't give it to him 100%. Right? He couldn't come out and say what we all know about Kobe Bryant and that Redeem team is that we absolutely needed him to win. It was his squad, whatever the case may be. He didn't want to come out and say that. He said he was the missing link. And a missing link is different from a driving force. Right? The driving force means without him, we don't go nowhere. He's the driving force. He's the one pushing everything. And when you hear them describe everything, you hear them explain him as the driving force. But the words that LeBron used is missing link. Missing link is when Detroit had a playoff team with Chauncey Billups, Rip, and Ben Wallace. But when they added Rasheed, there was a championship contender. But Rasheed wasn't the driving force. Chauncey Billups was. Rasheed Wallace was the missing link. It's a difference. So LeBron tried to call Kobe the missing link, but it's really not. It's the opposite. He was the driving force. They needed him for that. He was the Redeem team.
LeBron, one thing I always wanted to know: how'd you feel when you found out that Kobe was going to be on that team too? I mean, you're playing with all these stars, but all of a sudden you had a chance to have him on your team also.
I think it was just the missing link that we needed in order to regain the dominance, with Team USA. He brought a sense of seriousness to the team. He made us lock in, and we knew once he joined and he was going to be committed that, we couldn't be doing nothing half-ass. Kobe wasn't going for that, so it made myself, CP, D-Wade, Melo, we all locked in even more because we wanted to show him that we could get to that level as well. So, it was just an honor to be out there with him. I was 23 years old, and he being out on the floor with him. He had already won championships before and things of that nature. So it was levels that I was trying to get to, and D-Wade had already won one, and so we just wanted to get to his level and make him proud. And by the end of that trip, we was hosting that gold medal on top of that podium. We for sure made him proud, for sure.
I mean, he said some important things. He said number one, well, like I said, I don't like the missing link thing. I think I don't know if he purposely slighted him with that. or he just didn't have the right words to use for it, you know. But that, you know, that don't sound like missing link to me. For you to say once Kobe joined the team, everyone knew you couldn't play around. That don't sound like missing link. That sound like driving force. You know, for Coach K to explain that once Kobe showed up, he pulled him into his office and said, I want to guard the best player on each team. I want to guard whoever bringing the ball up, the point guard. I want to lock them up. Right? Defense is going to be my calling card. And him knowing that if he did that, if the best player and the best scorer that was on that team, arguably the best scorer, because you probably could argue Melo or Kobe, you know, those two. Melo being the greatest Olympic scorer of all time until KD just passed him in points. So you could argue Melo, but Kobe, you know, I mean, if you pick Kobe or Melo, it's cool. But so for me, for the best scorer in the league, in the world, to come on the team knowing he's the best player, he just came out of a finals. He's more experienced. He's older. For him to come in and say, I know everybody in here want to score. I know Wade want to score. I know LeBron want to score and control the ball. I know Melo want to score. I know J. Kidd and Chris Paul want to dictate pace. I know they want the ball in their hand. I know Michael Redd want to shoot. I know Dwight Howard want to control the paint. Like, you got all these guys that want to do what they specialize in, and Kobe Bryant specializes in scoring, and he's looking at this team and saying, we don't need more scoring. We got enough. So as the leader, as the driving force, as the best player, as the best scorer, I'm going to sacrifice my offense, which I love, to play lockdown defense. And if I do that and show that example, they ain't got no choice but to follow suit. That's what he was on, right? That's what Kobe Bryant was on. I'm going to lock down. I'm going to lock up. And LeBron is talking like, man, we knew we couldn't play around when Kobe showed up. We knew we had to be serious. We knew he was serious. He not coming here to lose. So that changed a lot of things, right? Then you get Michael Redd, who has a podcast, and you can go type in Michael Redd on YouTube. That's the name of his YouTube channel. It's just his name, Michael Redd. And he talked about the Redeem Team, and he talked about Kobe. There's a key thing in theme in this. They're talking about defense.
You know, and we're talking about mid-2000s Kobe, who was kind of, you know, doing his own thing. So for him to ingratiate himself with us was a huge deal for him. It really was. And he understood the macro that was needed for us to rely on each other when it's time to play in the games. And so
all of you were stars.
Yeah.
Kind of what you're saying, Kobe was on a different stratosphere. Did it feel like that?
For sure. For sure. I think the one thing that I was intrigued with was just the human side of him, though.
Yep. The real hoop heads. You know, when you're saying you're working on footwork with Kobe, or you're, you know, fine-tuning Melo shot, what is that like? What does that actually look like? You know what I mean? Like, what is the one footwork piece you worked on with him? You working back to basket? You working jab stab? What are you working on?
Well, a little bit of offense, but mainly Kobe were working with me defensively, which was awesome. Yeah. You know, because I was trying to get more athletic at that time in my career and redefine my body and all that. So, and we're gonna do a defensive drill. And it helped me. It helped me a lot. And in conditioning, we him ran, you know, did sprints, court, and did drills, which was awesome. He had his trainers, obviously, and I had mine. It was just a wonderful collaboration together. And we learned from each other. And a lot of it was footwork. A lot of it was shooting. A lot of it was posting. A lot of it was defensive, you know, schemes and how to play defense and move your feet, whatever. So there's a mixed bag of everything pertaining to your game.
So Michael Redd, he said, hey, look, man, yeah, we at the Olympics, and, you know, I get to work with all these guys. And the guy that was interviewing him asked me, like, what did Kobe work on, man? Was he working on, like, you know, did you see his shooting drills and what, you know, was he, you know, he said, man, Kobe really footwork, conditioning, and defense. Like, like you imagine going to the Olympics thinking you about to learn something from the best scorer in the world. And he said, nah, you know, you need to slide your feet better. Let's do some defensive drills. right? And the reason why I know Michael Redd ain't capping is because I heard that before. Jeremy Lin said the same thing when he was playing for the Lakers.
We did 50 minutes of defense. It was me, Kobe, T-Mac, and Wesley Johnson. We didn't touch the ball. Like, it was defensive stance, closeouts, turning your hips, full court slides, like for 50 minutes. And then at the end, he's like, all right, everyone make 10 transition threes, and then we're going to call it. And I was just like, what just happened? It was so tiring, but it changed my mindset because I was like, yeah, why don't we do more of that? Like, literally, defense is half of the basketball game. And I had never really worked on my defense in a skill workout. And he just spent 50 minutes straight. And so from then on, we incorporated a ton of defense. And that's how I became a really good defensive player. A big part of that, I give credit to Kobe for challenging and reshaping my perspective on what skill workouts could look like.
So you going in there for a skill workout and Kobe is like, oh, no. It's defense, dog. We ain't about to, ain't no basketballs coming out. It's defense. It's moving your hips. It's opening your hips up. It's moving your feet. It's footwork. It's closing out. Defensive drills. Slide your feet. All of that. That's what we doing. He said they did about 50 minutes of that. In the last 10 minutes, they you know, hey man, hit about 10, 15 threes and we out of here. Drenched in sweat for 50 minutes of defensive drills. Imagine that a professional, and imagine a professional like Jeremy Lin said that he's never went to a skill workout and worked on defensive drills. And that time with Kobe actually started the process of him becoming a better defender just by changing his mindset. How many people was at the Olympics in 08 with Kobe and see him in the gym? They get up early and try to get in the gym at 5 and Kobe's already drenched in sweat. Bosh, Melo, Wade, LeBron, Michael Redd. Those are at least 5 guys, and CP3, 6 guys have been on interviews explaining it and saying, dang, this dude already in the gym. He already rode his bike 5 miles and came back and finished the workout. And then he's walking out when we're walking in and he's drenched in sweat. Just seeing that from a leader changed their mindset. And I want you to think about 23-year-old LeBron and 25-year-old Wade seeing that from Kobe and then going back into the league. And I want you to see what they were able to do by that change, and even Dwight, by that change of mindset in the league. Michael Redd said that time he spent with Kobe, when he came back in the league, it felt like nobody could guard him just by being able to play with all them greats every day with the Olympics, especially Kobe Bryant. He said it was like everybody was moving in slow motion when he got back to the league. That's a big deal. But I want you to, before I open the phone lines up, I want you to think about this. I was listening to the artist formerly known as Prince on an interview, and he talked about how when other artists meet him in person, first of all, they're in awe because he's Prince. And then they would ask him the question, will you do a collab with me? Will you do a song with me? Like, he would get some of the greatest entertainers, singers, rappers. Prince, will you do a collab with me? And Prince had one rule. Now imagine you talking to someone who loves music and loves his people, right? And you finally get to meet him face to face, and you're a big enough artist where you think he would want to do that collab with you, right? And he asks you, do you own your masters? Like, that's what Prince would ask you for. When you ask Prince for a collab, his next question would be, do you own your masters? And if they say no, then Prince would say, well, no, I would not collab with you. And the reason why he did that is because he hated, and that's the reason why he went from Prince to the artist formerly known as, because when he was under his record deal, when he first came to the knowledge of how corrupt the record business was and how unfair it was to artists, especially black artists, he said he wanted his contract, but the record company owned the name Prince as the artist. Like, in the contract, he couldn't make music and say Lotus Flower by Prince without it being under the ownership of the company. So he changed his name to the artist formerly known as, and he wouldn't say the word Prince because that's the only way he could do music that the record company didn't own. So after a while, once he got his contract, he started doing his own music, and he owned all his masters, and it was all his. And he wanted to encourage all artists, especially black artists, to get out of their deals, get away from the record companies, and own their own masters. And if you don't own your own masters, I refuse to make music that a record company will own, because they're not right. They're unfair. So that was his thing, right? The reason why I explained that is because that's how Kobe was treating this, where these guys would come to him thinking this great offensive player, and man, it's gonna feel like going to go work with Elijah Wan. He go teach me all this footwork in the post and all these post moves. I might even learn a little bit about the triangle. Hey, I can pick his brain about Phil and what you learned about Mike and all this stuff. And Kobe is like, nah, it's defense, dog. It's all defense. And he's being real, because this is how he really trained for real. But he's also teaching them a lesson that, hey, you just because you're a superstar and everybody think you're the great, don't mean you get to ignore this part. So he's teaching them a lesson. You got to get tight with this as well. You got to learn this defensive end. Just like Prince was saying, look, you got to own your masters. It's a lesson to be learned in that. And that's why they call him the Mamba. He was the Mamba. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, let's open the phone lines up, man. Let's get 1 or 2 phone calls. And I want to hear what y'all think about, man, like how they talked about this man at the Redeem team. How long you think Kobe Bryant was the best in the world or the best in the NBA? When did it start? When did it end? In my opinion, it started in 2002, ended in 2012, 2013, maybe. I give him 10. I give him 10 years. I give him 10 years for sure. LeBron, I think, as soon as Kobe tore his Achilles, that's when LeBron became the best in the league, in the world. 2012, 2013-ish. And that lasted until, I would say that lasted probably until Kevin Durant's what was Kevin Durant's MVP season? Kevin Durant's MVP season. Because to be honest with you, I think Kevin Durant, 100% when he was on the Warriors, was the best player in the world. So if I'm being modest, if I'm being nice to LeBron, I would say he was the best player the day that Kobe tore his Achilles up until, I want to say the last year KD was with the Thunder. I think KD was the best player in the world. And he wanted to prove it. So he really, if you want to be real, he took an easy way out because he really wanted to get to the finals to prove who he was. Because getting his game as tight as he got it and not being able to prove it through the playoffs and then the biggest stage on the finals, he's not going to get credit for being the best. Like, you got to take somebody off the top of the mountain. You got to take them off of the king of the hill. Right. So, and he wasn't able to do that. I think he thought he was going to do it that year that he blew the 3-1 lead to the Warriors. And what he should have done was said, we coming back stronger next year and we go beat them this time. That's what he should have done. But he took the easy, sleazy way out and went with the Warriors, which also made Steph guilty of the same crime, taking the easy, sleazy way out by grabbing the best player in the world and y'all teaming up to go get a championship. Right. So, but I think KD was the best player in the world up until his last year in Brooklyn. So I think KD held it down. 1 year at OKC, 1, 2, 3 years in Golden State, and then 1, 2 years in Brooklyn. So Kevin Durant had it for 6 years. Yep, Kevin Durant had it for 6 years. Yep. So, yeah, Cho boy, if you disagree with that, call the show. We'll have a conversation about it. The phone number is on the screen, scrolling at the bottom. Call the show and explain to me why Kevin Durant wasn't the best basketball player in the world. Right. So, yeah, I'm giving him 6 years, which means, so what year did he go to the Warriors? Kevin Durant. Let's pull this up. So it looks like Kevin Durant went to the Warriors in 2016. So 2015 was his last year in OKC, which means that LeBron James was the best player in the world in the league from 2013 to 2015. So 2 years for LeBron. Caller from Texas, what's up? Hello, caller from Texas.
Hey, what's up? What's up, big bro?
What's good? What's good? What's popping?
Shit, nigga, nothing. Same old shit. Nigga, trying to get you some money. That's it. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
I'm listening to what you're saying, and bro, you sounding foolish, bro. You saying in 2002 Kobe became the best player in the world? That's what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you become the best player in the world?
By my estimation, by being the best player in the world, when I observe you, when I observe you playing on the biggest stage, when I observe you playing full seasons, when I observe you in key moments, and just observing your game and seeing what your strengths and weaknesses are. Right. So, 2002. For me, it was Kobe, and for a lot of people, it was Kobe.
I mean, not really, bro, because he was playing with the best player. He was playing with the best player. Hey, bro, this is what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying that the 3-peat years that Kobe played with Shaq, bro. Shaq was first in MVP, bro, third in MVP, and third in MVP. Not only was he first, third, and third, but in 2000 he was second in DPOI. I'm saying, look, Shaq led the team, bro, in scoring, first option, everything, bro. Like Kobe didn't lead his own team in scoring, bro, to like year 7. Like, so when you saying that a player that's a second option or a player that's a 1B, like as y'all like to call it, bro, how can you become the best player in the world, bro, when you got the best player in the world beside you? And then another thing, like how do you go from being the second option and playing with the best player in the world to being better than Tim Duncan?
Well, so there's a lot of answers. Well, there's only really one answer to that, but it's a lot of ways to approach it. And I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
How did Magic pass Kareem when he first came in? Kareem was better than him.
Say it again.
When Magic first got to the
league, breaking up. Hey, brother, you hear static on your end?
No, I don't hear static, but somebody else said I was staticky too.
I mean, I can hear you though. Go ahead.
So when Magic first came to the league, let me see if I can fix my mic. I don't know where the static coming from. When Magic first came into the league, wasn't Kareem better than him?
When Magic first came to the league, was Kareem better than him? Yes.
Right. By the time Magic got to a certain point in LA, wasn't he better than Kareem?
Yes.
Right. And that answers your questions how Kobe could do it.
No, it don't.
It does.
Let me say the reason why I don't, bro. Nobody, I'm saying in real time, nobody looked at it or said it. It was like that. We first had. So what I'm saying is that in 2002, like I just told you, Shaq was first, third, and third in MVP voting. All 3 of those years, he won Finals MVPs. That's not regressing. Now maybe if Kobe and Shaq would have stayed on the same team and we were able to visually see the passing of the guard, then we could say that. Like when y'all try to compare Magic and Kareem to Kobe and Shaq, that's the thing that y'all don't take into consideration. We've seen both of those players win MVPs and Finals MVPs on the team with each other. When you talking about Shaq and Kobe, it was all Shaq. It wasn't no Kobe, bro.
Yeah, yeah, and you're right. Kareem did win MVP the year that Magic got to the league. And he should have won that Finals MVP, but he got hurt in that he messed his ankle up, and they gave it to Magic, and everybody knew that it was really Kareem's MVP.
That was Kareem's. Yes. Come on, yeah.
Yeah. It was Kareem. So I mean, let's not pull punches and act like we don't know that. So, but yeah, going to your precedents to say whoever's winning the final.
That's my whole point, man. You're making my point.
I'm not making your point because I don't believe that connects to who the best player is. Like, you know, somebody winning the MVP, like Chauncey Billups won Finals MVP, Tony Parker won the Finals MVP. They don't make them the best player on the team.
But we talking about Kareem and Magic, bro. We talking about two players that's in the top. We talking about two players that's in the top 5, bro.
Right. And who was in the top 5 when Shaq and Kobe was playing with each other? What was Kobe at, in your opinion?
No, I'm talking about top 5 in history.
Yeah, but how they get top 5 in history if they both played with each other? Ain't that how y'all penalize Kobe?
Bro, I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm telling you why people look at it the way they look at it, bro. It's because both of these players, bro.
Who ranked higher, Shaq or Kobe, bro, all time?
Me? You talking about me?
Yeah,
Shaq
or Kobe all time. Who ranked higher?
I rank Kobe higher.
All right, so there you go. Even you agree.
What you mean? There I go. What are you talking about, bro? You be losing me sometimes, bro.
So when did Kobe get?
I'm not arguing against you.
Right, but when did Kobe get better than Shaq, in your opinion?
You saying okay? I'm trying to put it. It's a little okay. You saying like when did I put him ahead?
What year did you, in your mind, say Kobe's better than Shaq?
Probably 2010.
Okay, 2010.
Yeah. I mean, like him having 5 rings, get one more than
no. I'm not talking about what he was able to achieve and what his resume was as a player. When did you look at Kobe and say, "Oh man, ain't nobody better than him, man. He better than Shaq. He's the best player in the league"? What year did you say that?
Are you saying what year I have him as the best player in the league?
Yeah.
See, I mean, I'll probably give him like 05 to 2010.
Okay, all right, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll probably give him that.
I just disagree slightly with the years. I disagree. I'm saying 02.
But I'm saying this is, bro. Oh, you saying 02, bro? But like that's it's just like that's just next to impossible, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. But let me ask you a question. Shaq and the last year in LA, and what made Jerry West decide that he go choose Kobe over Shaq? Shaq was only averaging 21 points a game, dog. Right? He was averaging. You get what I'm saying?
He did. It was smart what he did.
So he went.
Shaq was older, bro.
So hold on.
8 years older than Kobe, bro.
Let me say this. So Shaq went from 2000 when they won. Did they win their first ring in 99, 2000? Maybe. So 99, 2000, he averaged 29.7 points. The next year he averaged 28.7. The next year he averaged 27.2. The next year he averaged 27.5, and then he dropped to 21. Right? I'm saying in 02 is when Kobe took over and was the best player on the Lakers and the best player in the league. That's what I'm saying. You saying in 05 when he went 04, 05 when he went to Miami.
I'm saying with Shaq. No, I'm saying when Shaq. I'm saying when there was Shaq got away from Kobe. Like that's when I can give him the best player in the world, like moniker.
Yeah,
and bro, I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie
but
to you,
don't
bro,
but
it's
don't
like-
you think that don't you think that's weird that he averaged 21 points in LA his last year, but you still saying he better than Kobe? And then the next year he goes to Miami and immediately gives the team the Wade and plays second
I'm not,
fiddle to
no,
Wade.
no,
And
I'm not saying that he better than Kobe.
and
I'm
Wade
not
was
saying he's
better.
better than
Hold on,
Kobe in
and
that year, bro. That's not what
was
I'm
better.
saying.
Wade was better than
That's not what
Shaq.
I'm saying, big bro.
Wade,
Big bro, I'm not saying
Wade
that Kobe was,
is a
I'm not saying
second.
he was better than Shaq the last year, bro.
Hold
that he
on,
was
hold
there.
on.
That's not what I'm saying, bro.
Okay.
You mixing that in with saying he's the best player in the world.
Oh, he
That's
was
different, bro.
No, he was.
I'm saying you can say, like, bro, I'm saying you can say that, bro. Listen, bro. Nobody thinks Kobe was the best player in the league for 10 years, bro. Like,
I do for sure. A lot of people.
I'm just being 100. Because if that's the case, bro, hey, who do you know that's the best player in the world for 10 years, bro, and only have one MVP? And we can go before the case came about.
It depends on why.
Come on, bro.
It depends on why he. It depends on why he got one MVP. If it's because it's a political move because he got in trouble in Denver with a case, a grape case, and voters won't go vote for him, then you could say that. I mean, but that rule don't apply to somebody like that who politically didn't get his MVPs that he deserved.
But man, I'm saying I don't think you believe that either, bro, because the man finished with 11 top 10 finishes. Like so like what I'm saying, where are these people that don't want to vote for Kobe? Because they damn sure voted for him, nigga, at the end of the day. He got 11 top 10 finishes for MVP, bro.
I mean, you can't deny 100% and not give him no votes at all. You can't do that. Just because he got votes don't mean that it wasn't people that wasn't voting for him for political reasons.
Bro, that means somebody is voting for you, bro.
Hey, y'all, do I still got static on my end? You still hear static?
Come on, bro.
You still hear static?
But that's the one thing that I don't get that y'all do, bro. Y'all like to discount like bro. Just because Kobe only won one MVP, bro, that don't mean you discount the MVP trophy, bro. Like I just don't get that part, bro. Because at the end of the day, if y'all saying it was politics, it was a reason why people didn't want to vote for him, bro. I'm saying who can we blame for that? We can't blame nobody but Kobe Bryant himself. He put himself in that position, bro. Like I just don't like that, bro. Like one nigga do some shit that's off the wall and get caught up in a fucked up situation. Now we should basically disqualify everybody else that got MVPs and then put themselves in that situation. Now, bro, I think we should give credence and give more credit to the dudes who didn't put themselves in that situation. Like on some real shit, bro.
Yeah, that's another topic, man. Y'all let me know when that static go away. I'm trying to fix my mic, man. Thanks for the call, young. I'm gonna take another call. Appreciate you.
I mean, I hear you, bro. I'm listening to you, bro.
Okay.
I'm just saying, bro.
Let me take this other call. Caller from Utah. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's good? Can you hear me good, man? They telling me I got static on my ear.
Yeah, you do got that static on there, but go ahead and talk through it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, hey, so when you get these, when people are telling you, like, you know what I'm saying, and asking you how you coming up with Kobe was the best in the league, man, don't you have like audio clips of all these players during that time from like 2002 all the way to like 2011, 12, 13 saying that Kobe is the best in the league? So when people start saying,
I do.
So
I definitely do. But I mean, but here's the thing: when people call in and say stuff like that, I understand that they can't be convinced. Like they're going to believe what they want to believe. So me playing all that. I mean that footage is available for them to go look up for themselves, right? You know, I'm not going to spoon feed them, lead a horse to water, and make them drink. So you know, sometimes I'm not in the mood to play all of that as proof because I already know it's a exercise in futility. So. But go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, man. I had to do the playback just to hear what you said, man, because it's just straight static when you're talking. But I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and I'm gonna hang up. When it's so many ways. It's so many ways you can shut them down instead of them just letting them just continue to banter. Just go ahead and start shutting them down, man, because it just like listening to 10, 15 minutes, and especially Young go on, man. I'll be like, yo, man, hurry up and just chop this man head off, man, and get him out the way. And I'm out, man.
All right, man. Thank you. I gotta try to see if I can fix this this static on my end, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Give me 1 second, y'all. I wanna make sure I get this right. How long have I been staticky, y'all? Hold on. I'm gonna fix it. Hold on. Let me click on it and hear how it sounds, though. I want to hear how bad it sounds. I'm gonna fix it. Hold on. Let me click on it and hear how it sounds. I want to hear how bad it sounds. Oh yeah, it do sound pretty bad. Oh man. All right. Yeah, dang, about 20 minutes, huh? Sheesh. And it's still there. It only makes sense why it's there though. I'm gonna try to finish it. I don't know if it's gonna go away. Dang, that sucked, man. But nah, so what the caller was saying though is you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch mics. Let me see if it's the mic. I'm gonna switch mics. Test. Is that better, y'all? See if it's the daggone mic. Y'all let me know if it's still that static. And it might not be the mic. It might just be an internet issue. I don't know. Yeah, it's still doing it too. Dang. Don't make sense, man. Yeah, it's still doing it too. Dang. Don't make sense, man. Okay. Yeah, it might be internet. I'm gonna try to pull it through, y'all. But yeah, so I think it's fair to say, and if Shaq is an issue for you, like if Shaquille O'Neal still being the Lakers' go-to player, you know, because some people can't see past it, right? Some people can't see past it, and this will be my last topic, y'all. I'm not going to go, since I'm having these issues, I'm not going to go through these last two topics. I'll do it tomorrow. So yeah, I finished the last two topics tomorrow, but some people can't see past the fact that Shaq is the go-to player for the Lakers, right? Like, say for instance, right now, if SGA playing for the Thunder, you can obviously see that now he has surpassed a player like Steph Curry, right? You can obviously see SGA is about. I mean, he's the person that's getting the MVP. He's the person that's getting the first team All NBAs. He's obviously he as a lead guy, he's able to get his team to the finals and win. Steph isn't doing it anymore. So it's safe to say SGA is a better player than Steph right now. At the same position, they're both point guards. SGA is a better player. But if SGA was on the Warriors with Steph and Steph was there first, that means the offense is centered around Steph, and SGA has to fit in. So someone like me could watch the Warriors play and see SGA and say he don't have as much opportunity as Steph, and the offense is not centered around SGA, is centered around Steph. But I can see something in SGA. I think SGA is a better player, but circumstances you're not going to obviously see. Like the people who need to obviously see stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like it was some people when Jesus got up, and when he resurrected, he showed himself to some people that was able to see, his holes in his hands and all of that stuff, right? And it was some people heard that he rose and they believed it, but it was some of his disciples that was like, nah, I gotta see it. Like I can't believe that he rose because I didn't see it, and he had to show himself to him and let him feel the holes in his hands, right? So it's two different type of people. Some people have to see it 100% full-fledged in order to believe it, but some people got foresight, right? So I can see Kobe being better than Shaq even before Shaq left LA, because the problem for Young Disciple when he called in is that how can Kobe be the best player in the world where Shaq was still on the team and the offense was running through Shaq and he was getting the MVPs? Well, if you need to see someone get the MVPs to see when that change happens, then that's you. And you think one way, I think one way, but I saw it before actually everyone knew it, and so did Jerry West, and so did the whole Lakers organization. Like everyone seen when Kobe passed Shaq, except the casuals, right? So Shaq had to leave. Notice that Young Disciple said that he didn't notice Kobe getting better than Shaq until Shaq left. When Shaq left, then he gave Kobe credit for being better than Shaq. Ain't that something? But I saw it in 02-03. Right? That's the difference between hoop heads and I guess people who casually follow the game. Right? That's the difference, right? So all right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for sticking with me even through the technical difficulties. Is it still static? Y'all can still hear the static? I'll check myself. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for sticking with me even through the technical difficulties. Is it still static? Yeah, that's an internet issue, y'all. I'll check myself. I don't know what's going on. YouTube acting stupid. Yeah, buddy. YouTube really acting stupid, man. Sorry about that, y'all, man. But and it don't look like I got any issues on my end as far as the internet, but it's definitely a problem going on. But I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for sticking around. We'll be back tomorrow to finish those last two topics. Peace.